Roman Reigns returns with his faction. The WWE's rumored plans for SmackDown. What is WWE's direction with the Judgment Day? Major betrayals rumored to take place at WWE Bash in Berlin. The WWE's delayed new TV show gets cancelled. The WWE is looking to have 2 performance centers. Gunther's hesitations on moving from Europe to the US. How Seth Rollins saved his WWE career. Let's dive right in. The WWE's rumored plans for SmackDown. The upcoming episode of WWE SmackDown, airing live this Friday from the Mercedes-Benz Arena in Berlin, Germany, will serve as the final show before the Bash in Berlin event. WWE has already announced that 2 championship matches will take place during this episode. Since this is the last SmackDown before the big event, fans can look forward to an action-packed show with Triple H and his team pulling out all the stops to generate excitement. Additionally, WWE might have some major surprises lined up to build anticipation for Bash in Berlin. Here are 3 bold rumored plans for WWE SmackDown leading up to Bash in Berlin. Number 1. AJ Styles retires after losing to LA Knight. LA Knight is set to defend his United States title in an open challenge on Friday's show. This challenge might be answered by WWE legend and former rival AJ Styles. The Phenomenal One has been off-screen since his loss to Cody Rhodes at Clash at the Castle, but there have been rumors of his return. Styles could potentially make a comeback to face Knight in Friday's Open Challenge. However, it's unlikely that the creative team would have the megastar lose his title so early in his reign, so Knight is expected to win if the match takes place. Following a possible defeat, Styles might announce his retirement, a decision he has hinted at before. Although he once faked a retirement announcement, this time could be different, with Styles possibly choosing to officially retire after the title match. Number 2. Nia Jax defeats Michin on WWE SmackDown. Nia Jax will defend the WWE Women's title against Michin in a street fight match on WWE SmackDown. Fans can anticipate a highly intense and brutal encounter. While Michin is expected to put up a strong fight, she is unlikely to dethrone the irresistible force. The creative team might have Jax's close ally, Tiffany Stratton, interfere in the match to ensure Jax's victory over Michin. Number 3. Solo Sikoa replaces Paul Heyman with Rikishi. Solo Sikoa recently expelled Paul Heyman, known as the Wiseman, from the Bloodline. However, he has not yet revealed who will replace Heyman in the heel faction. This decision might be made on Friday's SmackDown. Solo could bring in his father, Rikishi, to take Heyman's place as the Wiseman of the Bloodline. Rikishi has been rumored to join the ongoing Bloodline storyline for a while, and the company might finally move forward with this plan on Friday. What is WWE's direction with the Judgment Day? The Judgment Day's Finn Balor and JD McDonough have yet to step into the ring to defend their World Tag Team Championship. Despite capturing the Tag Team Gold on Monday Night Raw 2 months ago, they have not had a single televised title defense. The championship has become a secondary storyline amid the ongoing conflict with Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, which has diminished its prestige. With WWE gearing up for Bash in Berlin, it's notable that the title won't be contested at this premium live event. What happens next remains to be seen. Here are 3 potential paths for the reigning World Tag Team Champions. Number 1. Adam Pearce strips Finn Balor and JD McDonough of their title. On June 24, 2024, episode of Monday Night Raw, Finn Balor and JD McDonough won the World Tag Team title from Awesome Truth. However, they have not defended their championship on TV, as their faction is entangled in a complex storyline involving their former allies Ripley and Priest. Numerous teams on Monday Night Raw could benefit from holding the championship, allowing for regular defenses at premium live events. As a result, General Manager Adam Pearce might decide to strip Finn Balor and JD McDonough of the title and announce a new tournament to crown new champions. Number 2. Damian Priest teams up with Rey Mysterio to challenge Finn Balor and JD McDonough. Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley are seeking revenge against Finn Balor and the Judgment Day after the betrayal at SummerSlam. The Terror Twins are scheduled to face Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio in a mixed tag team match at Bash in Berlin. However, the Archer of Infamy might have his eyes on Balor and McDonough's tag team title. Eager to eliminate Balor, Priest could be looking for more than just a singles match. He may be aiming for the World Tag Team Championship and could enlist Rey Mysterio as his partner, given Mysterio's tumultuous history with the Judgment Day and the complex relationship with his son, Dominic Mysterio. Number 3. The Wyatt Six take down the Judgment Day. The Wyatt Six have emerged as a formidable force in WWE. Led by the enigmatic Uncle Howdy, this faction features talents like Nikki Cross, Joe Gacy, Eric Rowan, and Dexter Lumis. Having recently made their in-ring debut, they left a strong impression. Although the Judgment Day currently dominates Raw, the Wyatt Six could challenge this status quo by targeting the World Tag Team Championship. Imagine the excitement if Dexter Lumis and Eric Rowan teamed up to challenge the champions. Any member of this faction vying for the title would surely electrify the audience. Major betrayals rumored to take place at WWE Bash in Berlin. WWE's next premium live event, Bash in Berlin, is this Saturday. With 5 intriguing matches on the card, we can expect some major surprises, including possible betrayals. A few shocking turns could shake things up on WWE and SmackDown, while ensuring the German crowd enjoys a night filled with twists and excitement. Here are 4 possible betrayals that could happen at Bash in Berlin. Number 1. Carlito becomes the Judgment Day's first sacrifice. The Judgment Day appears to be a tight-knit group, but their unity will be tested if they face setbacks. A surprising twist could see Finn Balor show his ruthless side after the mixed tag team match at Bash in Berlin. If Carlito botches his interference, causing the Terror Twins to lose to Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio, it could trigger a brutal reaction. Balor, Dominic, and JD McDonough could then turn on Carlito, attacking him and ejecting him from the Judgment Day. This betrayal would solidify their heel status, especially as Carlito has become a fan favorite as the group's comedic relief. That wouldn't be cool. Number 2. Kevin Owens turns heel after losing to Cody Rhodes at Bash in Berlin. This one has been hinted at before. Kevin Owens is known for betraying his friends, though he hasn't done so in a while. Despite promising Cody Rhodes he wouldn't betray him, nothing is guaranteed. Owens could turn heel on the American Nightmare at Bash in Berlin, especially if he loses the undisputed WWE Championship match. A post-match assault on Cody would reignite their rivalry and set the stage for a high-stakes rematch. Bringing back the prizefighter persona could reinvigorate Owens, especially after his recent glimpse of singles gold. Number 3. Bianca Belair snaps and attacks Jade Cargill. A rivalry between Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill seems inevitable, and Bash in Berlin could be the moment WWE sets it in motion. The duo will challenge Alba Fire and Isla Dawn for the Women's Tag Team Championship, and the outcome could lead to a dramatic turn. If Belair and Cargill fail to win the titles, Bianca could snap and attack her partner, turning heel. This would be a compelling storyline shift, as Belair has hinted at a heel turn before. Meanwhile, Jade Cargill could solidify her connection with the WWE Universe as a solo competitor. Their eventual clash would be a spectacle. Number 4. Ludwig Kaiser costs Gunther the World Heavyweight Championship. This betrayal would be a major shock. Despite being from Germany, Ludwig Kaiser isn't scheduled for a match at Bash in Berlin, which could frustrate any WWE superstar. Although he will likely accompany Gunther to his World Heavyweight Championship match against Randy Orton, Kaiser could betray the ring general when the moment is right. Such a turn would lead to an RKO from Orton and end Gunther's title reign just 4 weeks after it began. This betrayal would be a breakout moment for Kaiser, who could use it to propel himself to the top of WWE Raw. Ending Imperium with this betrayal would be a dramatic way to close Bash in Berlin. The WWE's delayed new TV show gets canceled. WWE had major expansion plans that had been discussed for years, but they never came to fruition as initially envisioned. It now appears the company is abandoning one such idea. Following the pandemic, there was a noticeable shift. The NXT UK brand was gradually dismantled, with some speculating that the Speaking Out movement contributed to its demise. Triple H had previously spoken about launching an NXT Europe show as a successor to NXT UK. However, the Wrestling Observer newsletter reported in 2022 that Nigel McGuinness's release was a sign that the Europe expansion plans were being put on hold. According to Dave Meltzer of Wrestling Observer Radio, it now seems that any plans for an NXT Europe show are being completely scrapped. I just keep thinking, like, remember when they closed NXT UK? This was a couple of years ago now, and they were going to immediately reopen NXT Europe, and then they fired almost everyone. Most of the people that worked NXT UK were fired, and I thought, if you're going to do NXT Europe like you say, why are you firing people? They were under $25,000 a year contracts. It's not like they were paying giant money to these people. The cost savings were negligible. Other people were telling me they're never going to do this Europe thing. They say it because they didn't want to admit to shutting down the UK thing, because the UK thing was their original idea to offset that ITV show. I always hear we're doing the European thing, but it's been years now, and I'm hearing less now than I heard years ago that they are, Meltzer said. In the mid-2010s, as NXT was gaining popularity in the United States, WWE had significant expansion plans. NXT UK was intended to be the first of several international versions, as Triple H had a strategic vision for WWE's future. Speaking to Lad Bible TV, Triple H revealed WWE's plans for a multi-country NXT system, which would culminate in a type of World Cup. So NXT Europe, NXT Australia, NXT South Africa, South America, Mexico, we will eventually build that into a global system that will lead to almost a World Cup scenario. Triple H revealed, the World Cup finals for NXT will one year be in London, the next year maybe Mexico City, and all the while really what you're doing is building this fan base for college football while you're building stars for the major leagues, which is Raw, SmackDown, WrestleMania. Right? In India right now, we are the second biggest sport in India outside of cricket. It's massive already, but imagine that scale when we have a brand on the ground of native Indian people having their own brand, and one of them branches out and goes to Raw or SmackDown, headlines WrestleMania. It's game-changing. It appears WWE will be adopting a different approach to expansion moving forward, particularly given the presence of new ownership. This shift suggests that the company is re-evaluating its global strategy and potentially exploring new opportunities under the new leadership. The WWE is looking to have 2 performance centers. WWE NXT has been filmed in Orlando since its inception, but a major shift might be on the horizon. The Performance Center, a central part of NXT's operations, was reportedly set to relocate to Las Vegas. Despite initial doubts about this move, it now seems WWE could be planning to have 2 performance centers, one in Orlando and another in Las Vegas. WrestleVotes reported that WWE's Performance Center was going to move from its long-standing Orlando location to Las Vegas in the near future, but WWE later denied any plans to relocate the Performance Center from Orlando. During a discussion on Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer talked about the possibility of WWE having 2 performance centers, one in Orlando and a new one in Las Vegas. He explained that while WWE is indeed considering something in Las Vegas, this doesn't necessarily mean they will close the Orlando facility. Instead, WWE might end up with performance centers in both cities. Meltzer noted that details are still limited, with only a few people within WWE aware of the complete plans. He highlighted that Las Vegas is an important sports market and WWE sees potential in having a presence there. Later, a source within WWE informed Meltzer that the company might indeed establish a second performance center in Las Vegas while maintaining the original one in Orlando. Although this isn't an official confirmation, it's based on credible information from within WWE. It's true, but that's not saying we are going to drop Orlando. It might be 2 performance centers, it might be moving, but they are going to do something in Vegas. Almost nobody knows anything. There are people that know, but very few. Almost nobody knows. Vegas has been a big sports market, and we should be involved in that. Later in the day, I was told we would have 2. We are going to have one in Orlando and one in Las Vegas. That was the story I was told later in the day. Not an official story, but from someone there, that was the basic thing. Via Ringside News. We'll have to wait and see if WWE decides to open another performance center in Las Vegas. Given the city's thriving sports market, this move could be a strategic step forward for WWE's future expansion plans, potentially yielding significant benefits for the company. Do you think WWE will go ahead and launch a new performance center in Las Vegas? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Gunther's hesitations on moving from Europe to the US. Gunther is set for a high-stakes title defense this Saturday at the Bash in Berlin Premium Live event, where he will put his newly won WWE World Heavyweight Championship on the line against Randy Orton. This match comes just weeks after Gunther captured the title from Damian Priest at SummerSlam, securing his opportunity by winning the King of the Ring tournament, where he defeated Orton in the finals. In preparation for this crucial match, Gunther has been actively participating in WWE's house show tour across Germany, drawing significant attention from the European fan base. He has also been making media appearances, including an interview with Bild, where he reflected on his journey from Europe to the United States. Discussing his initial hesitation to move to the US while wrestling in Europe and NXT UK, Gunther admitted the move was necessary for his career advancement. But at some point, I couldn't achieve anything more in Europe. It had to be done, he explained, showing that his ambition and desire for growth led him to embrace the change. Since joining WWE in 2019, Gunther has left a lasting impact on the company, becoming the longest-reigning NXT UK champion and later having a record-setting reign as Intercontinental Champion. His in-ring dominance and global fan connection have cemented his place as one of WWE's top stars. As he prepares to defend his title against the legendary Randy Orton at Bash in Berlin, all eyes are on whether Gunther can continue his reign of dominance or if Orton will reclaim the championship in what promises to be a hard-hitting and memorable match. With Gunther set to defend his WWE World Heavyweight Championship against Randy Orton at Bash in Berlin, what are your predictions for this high-stakes match? Will Gunther maintain his dominant reign, or do you think Randy Orton will reclaim the title? How Seth Rollins saved his WWE career. Former WCW wrestler Disco Inferno recently commented on Seth Rollins' character work. As one of WWE's top stars, the Visionary has had an impressive career. Since debuting with The Shield, Rollins has won the Money in the Bank briefcase, the Royal Rumble match, and multiple World Championships. He became the inaugural World Heavyweight Champion, holding the title for 316 days. In a clip from Keepin' It 100, Disco Inferno praised Seth Rollins for his overall character and gimmick, noting a significant improvement after he adopted the Visionary persona a few years ago. According to the veteran, this change has elevated Rollins to a prominent main event status in WWE. Seth has gotten so much better at it ever since he embraced the Joker-type character. He was in no man's land for years. Not really having an identifiable way he acts in that show, he embraced it. He's very smart. At SummerSlam this year, Seth Rollins served as the special guest referee for the match between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. The Visionary called the match according to his own whims, and at one point he even received a GTS from Punk. The following night on RAW, Rollins confronted both Punk and McIntyre. However, things took a turn for the worse when Bronson Reed ambushed him. Looking to make a name for himself at Seth's expense, Reed unleashed a series of tsunamis on the former world champion in the ring. Several WWE officials rushed in to break up the fight, and Seth was quickly taken to seek medical attention. Roman Reigns returns with his faction. WWE Bash in Berlin will air live from the Uber Arena in Berlin, Germany, this Saturday, August 31st. With the event fast approaching, the excitement among fans is palpable. The creative team has done a great job putting together a stacked lineup for the spectacle. As this is an international premium live event, fans can expect WWE to go all out to ensure the event is a huge success. While the event might appear predictable, the creative team could be planning a few major surprises to add shock value and generate buzz among the fans. If WWE decides to postpone Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens' potential heel turns, they could involve the Bloodline in their match at Bash in Berlin. The solo-led faction has had ongoing issues with both the American Nightmare and the Prizefighter recently, making their interference logical. This angle could lead to Roman Reigns returning to make the save. While the original Tribal Chief has been battling the Bloodline on his own, he could return with a new faction, including his former Wiseman Paul Heyman and his cousin Jimmy Uso. Both Heyman and Jimmy have been absent from WWE TV since being ousted from the Bloodline, but they could make their return as part of Roman Reigns' new faction at Bash in Berlin. This trio could join forces with Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens to take down the Bloodline.